Welcome back to Take It or Heave It, your indie rock review show. I'm Amy Dittmeyer, and this is Ryan Peters.
We're going to review 4 albums in 5 minutes, let you know which ones you want to keep, which ones are the crap.
And you can go to heavemedia.com at any time and check out my column, Get to Know. And this week, I'm actually doing it on one of the bands we're featuring today, Son of the Sun.
Nice.
Morrissey has been involved in the music scene since the early 80s. His 9th solo album, Years of Refusal, came out February 17th stateside on Lost Highway Records. You're listening to Black Cloud.
And I can catch you, but there is nothing I can do to make you mine. Black cloud, black cloud.
Morrissey's sound may be a little outdated, but his great lyrics on Years of Refusal made me take the album.
Morrissey overuses the synthesizer sound on this album, but nonetheless he sounds rejuvenated and reinvigorated for the music. For that reason, I'm going to take it. So Morrissey actually recorded the lead single, That's How People Grow Up, while he was on tour. He was in Houston, Texas, got a bunch of inspiration, and then happened.
Yeah, Morrissey needs to cut the emo shit and just, get laid, because he's too old to be making the same music that he made in The Smiths.
Right. I mean, I will say this. I think that maybe it's the tour that he did. Maybe it's the kind of impromptu stuff. It seems like he's reinvigorated. He sounds really engaged on this album. But I think if he's going to cut any of this shit, I think he should cut all the synths out. Because it's not working for me.
It was really outdated.
Yeah.
More 80s than now.
More Hannah Montana than now.
Hannah Montana?
What?
I Was a King is a 5-piece act from Norway. Their second album, I Was a King, was released January 27th in the US by Control Group. This is their song, Extra Number.
I opened up the door, I heard them sing, and there were friends, members of the family, all overjoyed.
I Was a King's short song formula removes any substance that the songs really could have had.
The vocals leave a little bit to be desired on this album, but nonetheless, the 60s psychedelic pop, I think, makes it appealing. So for a band that comes from Norway, surprisingly, they remind me of, Nico-era Velvet Underground.
I thought more psychedelic Beatles, post-pot.
Post-pot Beatles.
Yeah.
The only thing about it, the Beatles have fantastic vocals, and that is the one area that I didn't like on this album, is I feel like the vocals are often overshadowed by the music.
My big problem with it was that they were using the short song formula that a lot of punk bands do, but it kind of worked against them because it didn't give enough substance to each track.
Fair enough.
Born and bred in Detroit, the Bondies' garage rock sound has surpassed its origin. Love, Hate, and Then There's You came out February 3rd. This is their song, Shut Your Mouth.
Go to sleep, little baby, and shut your mouth. You'll soon be over. Gonna work.
The Von Bondies' more mature garage rock made this album better than the last.
The Von Bondies are talented, but I just think that their sound sounds like it would come out of 1994 more than 2009. So it kind of makes you wonder how the Von Bondies' music is going to be impacted now that Jack White has tried to assault the band.
Oh yes, I do remember that. The pictures were fantastic.
Pictures were fantastic.
I think the punch in the face really helped the Von Bondies mature as a band, because I thought this album was a lot better than their other two.
I don't know if I would call it mature. It sounds the exact same to me. And here's the thing. I think that they're talented musicians, really talented musicians, but this music to me sounds like it'd be better suited to 1994
What's your problem?
than 2009.
What's your problem with garage rock?
So I got no problem with garage rock. It's just you got to give me something. And
I'm done with
you're
this
not.
show. Done with the show.
Shabam.
Number 1 album. What? The Buffalo, New York band Son of the Sun is pretty new to the music scene. Their debut EP, Before the After, was originally released in April 2007. This is their song, How Can It Be?
I think of your face when you said you didn't want me anymore.
Son of the Sun's debut EP is a great jumping point for their blues-inspired sound.
Son of the Sun have put out a strong, lyrically sad album that nonetheless is very moving. So, interesting fact about Son of Sun, people are always saying rock stars, they don't understand me, they don't understand my life and what I do with my time. Well, we asked Joey, their drummer, what he does. He works at Urban Outfitters. Just a
hardworking gentleman.
Yeah, just a regular guy. And I think you can kind of see that regular guy atmosphere in their music, which is real, in some parts, bluegrass and kind of folksy.
It's really no frills, very down to earth, what I liked about it, wasn't trying to be something that it can't or shouldn't
be. Yeah, exactly. I think that one of the things I enjoyed the most about it was really the vocals too, which are just raw enough so that they convey a lot of emotion.
I liked it a lot.
Me too. To recap, we both thought that Morrissey should cut the emo shit, but still enjoyed the album and the lyrics. For I Was King, I appreciated the psychedelic pop sound, but Amy thought that it was outdated. We agreed that the Bondies are talented musicians, but I was bored with the garage rock style. And Son of the Sun has a downbeat blues folk charm that's easy to like. Thanks for tuning in this week to Take It or Heave It. I'm Ryan Peters. This is Amy Dittmeyer.
And tune in next week where I beat the shit out of Wes Soltis, the former host of Take It or Heave It.
Oh, shit!
It's on. Represent Northside!
HeaveMedia.com would like to thank the Polish Ambassador for creating our theme music. If you'd like to know more, go to PolishAmbassador.com.
I'm gonna punch Wes in the face.